Hello, my name is Antonio Trujillo, and I'm going to talk about my problem situation modeling of a suspension system for an automotive vehicle. Well, let's gonna start with the content. That will be presentation, then research methodology, explanation, some results discussions, and individual contributions. Well, let's gonna start with the research methodology. For the first step, we determine the type of system we were trying to work with. So we determine variables, force, units, or laws like Hooke's law or Newton's law. So we start working with the mathematical model. For the second step, we model a second-order differential equation knowing variables and forces. Then we apply Laplace transform to develop our transfer function. Then we wrote the state space equations on a matrix form. And to finish, we built the block diagram using M1 and M2 values and operations developed on equations to graph the model's behaviors using Simulink and blocks like game block, transfer function block, step, scope. Well, for introduction, we know that the suspension is a very important system in land vehicles because it works as absorbing road disturbances and keeping tires in contact with the moving surface. In the other hand, it helps to reduce the impact of disturbances and keep the vehicle in the direction required by the driver. Let's gonna see what is an active suspension system and what is a passive suspension system. For the active suspension system, we have a system that is characterized by dissipating and introducing energy to the system through actuators. These actuators uh, are regulated by sensors and controllers. And to turn the control force, different kinds of actuators can be used, electrohydraulic or electromagnetic. And well, these sensors are used to measure the behavior of the vehicle in disturbances and defines the answer according to the control objective. Well, for the passive suspension system, we have that are defined by their reliance on purely mechanical components because it works just using springs and dampers. And well, springs absorb and store energy from bumps, while dampers dissipate the energy to control our bump. However, these systems operate with fixed parameters, representing a compromise between handling characteristics, load capacity, and passenger comfort. Sorry. Well, as we know, a passive suspension system it's very important because it absorbs disturbances and keep the tires in contact using your springs and dampers. So the physical model we analyzed and we work with was a passive one. So let's going to talk about the schematic diagrams, equations, and block diagrams. Well, for the procedures with one quarter vehicle weight, we have this schematic diagram and these mathematical models. We work with applying Laplace transform and other algebraic procedures. Here we have variable meanings. Uh, right here, we substitute, we make a factorization, we multiply, and we finally got an state space equation and the block diagram. We program in Simulink to got this graph that describe the behavior for position, velocity, and acceleration. And what for procedures with a mid vehicle weight, we have this schematic diagram, these mathematical models. We work with applying Laplace transform, substituting, multiplying, applying a lot of algebraic procedures that here we have. And we finally arrive to our transfer function. And then to our block diagram, we introduce a Simulink. We program this block diagram in Simulink to got these graphs that describe behavior for position, velocity, acceleration. And well, the main difference was that we were analyzing first the model with acquired of weight of the vehicle and then for the mid weight for the vehicle. So now we have that for an active suspension system, this is a schematic diagram, and these are mathematical models. It's important to remember the difference between active suspension system and passive suspension system. That is that the active have sensors that control actuators, and actuators absorb and dissipate energy. So it's gonna be a little bit different. And well, to final my individual contributions to these works uh, were investigations, to read, uh, to collaborate, answering questions in the triggered questions activity. I analyze and study graphs in the documents. I work with the document format. I help and work with the block diagrams in Simulink. I help and work obtaining graphs in Simulink. And I'm working in the format and analyzing the LaTeX format for the final part. Thank you.